Wow. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Dee Dee. How's it going? I saw Artemelis is here. Hello. Hello to everyone else too. Oh my goodness. Big stretch. I usually have a nap. Hi, Zan. Glad to see you're doing well. Hang in there. Everyone's talking about the hurricane about to blow through. Oh, my fingers crossed for all of y'all. I usually have a nap. I did not have nap. Hurricane? Yes. We got some moonbeams who... We got that too? Well... Not where I am. I'm landlocked. We don't get hurricanes, but some of the moonbeams are in the southern USA, so they get the hurricanes. That would be I. So you and Zon both. Good luck to you all. Yeah, I'm landlocked. We'll get localized flooding if there's like a lot of rain, but nothing the level of like a hurricane or a typhoon. We've had a couple tornado warnings, but that's about it. You're gonna fight it. I'm not sure how that works, but all the power to you. All the power to you. But yes, staying strong with moonbeam power, I appreciate it. I am also staying strong with moonbeam power. I did, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I went to bed at like midnight, and usually I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and then I woke up and it was already only 1:30 a.m. I'm like, oh god. I'm not sleeping well tonight, am I? Your area's at a strong geograph. Oh, okay. Well, that's good at least. Yeah, sometimes there's the wind breaks. We do. There is extreme flooding that happens in Canada, but generally it's in the prairies, like the Red River in Manitoba. And then there's the Saint Laurent, which is like the big river that like comes off the ocean and like goes all the way into like through like, you know, half the provinces. So if you're coastal near that, if there's a big storm that happens on the east coast, you might get some flooding, but still in direct path. Gotcha. Does it come off weird, but your voice is soothing? Aw, thank you! No, not weird at all. It makes me happy to hear that. I'm always happy to hear I provide some kind of a soothing comfort. I am semi-well known with the moonbeams. I have definitely lulled people to sleep and then scared people awake because I yelled at something in-game unexpectedly. It's like, whoops, sorry. I'm very expressive, thank you. I blame the power of being French Canadian. We're all hand talkers like the Italians. That's what makes me unique from the others. Oh, good to know, yeah. Good to know. It's always good to have insight. Because sometimes it's hard to know stuff about yourself. Not predictable, but you're expecting only minor damage. Oh, okay, well that's good at least. 2 to 4 days without power and internet. Oof. Here in Canada, like, we've had big power outages before, but it's so rare for the most part. People are like, after like 1 day without power, we're like losing our minds. Cinnamon roll! I love cinnamon roll. There is a Miniso in the mall close to the apothecary. And they have a big cinnamon roll statue in the store. And I'm like, I sent a picture to like my friend group. I'm like, I would like 3 of these. Can I eat it? No! There's the cinnamon roll, the food, and then there's cinnamon roll, the Sanrio character. I'm talking about the Sanrio character because you made me think of it. The metaphor download became available, so you were able to download it. Nice! Apparently it was National Cinnamon Roll a few days back. Oh, nice! Huge cinnamon roll enthusiast. I love them. Yeah, I thought you were talking about cinnamon roll at first, and that's Sanrio's fault, because looking quickly at chat, it's easy to not see the N in the cinnamon roll. You have a pillow, very nice. Pochaco! Aw, they're cute too. A lot of Sanrio characters are super cute. God, very nerdily, I sometimes will do a crossword when I'm getting ready for bed, and there was one that was like, the company that created Hello Kitty. I'm like, I know this one! Firstly, cinnamon roll forever has your heart. Understandable. I really like My Melody and like Kuromi-chan by proxy, but I really love My Mellow. Hello Kitty had my soul for a very long time growing up. I also like Kettleby. That's like the one that I love, that like no one except a couple friends I have like Kettleby. I'll wake you up randomly in 2 to 3 hours. Okay. Hello, this is your wake-up call. You're gonna be lurking because you're tired. Understandable. Take care. Mostly Sanrio store with family, and they were confused. Why? Lily the best, have fun. Aw, thank you. We shall. We've got some spooky times ahead. We're enjoying Halloween month. Over the summer, I was in a mostly Sanrio store with family, and they were confused why you knew so much. Oh no! Hi, Jambola. Today will be wholesome and nice. Totally. There's I mean, there will be some carnage because it's a cooking competition in a visual novel, which inevitably means someone is going to get food poisoning. That's just how it goes. As soon as they start talking about a cooking contest to impress the boy, I'm like, someone's not making it out if you're alive. Usually it's the boy's BFF, but sometimes it's the dude himself. Yes, definitely no horror or traumatizing today. Only comfy. Only comfy. I will be fine. I will be safe. Well, related to that, let's get the trigger warning pinned tweet again. I guess we'll keep the warnings pretty much the same. What seems to apply to each girl's story seems to differ, but just covering the general basis is a good idea. Let's see. Body dysmorphia. Gore. Vomit. I don't even know what to categorize the blob as, except like body horror. Meat people? I don't know. Body dysmorphia, gore, vomit, body horror. Assault. We'll do sexual, emotional, physical, child exploitation. Trigger with venom, let there be carnage? Did they release a trailer or something today? Because while I was scrolling innocently on my phone, I saw a freaking gif of Venom trying to drink milk, and it's just getting everywhere, and I'm like, what is this? What's happening? There might have been. Comes out soon. Ah! Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I fell off the superhero stuff long ago. Like, I never got super into it. It was just, like, a fun thing to go to the movies with friends. So I have not kept up with any of that stuff. Let's see. Bad cooking. For the lulz. There we go. That should be most of it. Not as big a list as there could have been, but definitely a long enough list. Ooh, big stretch, cracked my back a few times. One funny story to share before we get started. So, Papa Melis texted me earlier, and he was talking about how he got genetic testing done, and I'm like, oh god. Here we go. Papa Melis has sent me the list of, genetic anomalies and illnesses we're predisposed to, because he's adopted, so, like, we don't have his family history. No, apparently he was just curious, and then he started sending me YouTube videos about the migration of the different, heliotypes and, like, all that stuff, and he's like, I didn't pay for mitochondrial testing, but I might do that. I'm like, oh my god. It was just funny because Iduna and I were talking earlier. I'm like, why am I like this? Why am I like so like weirdly nerdy? Like Iduna could definitely pass for a normie if she tried. Like I am too far gone. And then Dad sends me this, and I'm like, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell and my dad's latest hyperfixation. Like, so that's why I'm weird. Like, I see, I get it now. I mean, I always knew, because my dad's the type that, like, names his children after, like, historical and mythological figures. So it's like, I knew he was nerdy, I did expect this. Oh god, okay, so that's what it was, I see. On Hot Ones, oh god. Who gave... So basically someone gave Venom jalapenos. Oh no. We've doomed the world for the memes. Good times, pretty much. Oh, is it really a good idea to make a symbiote hate our planet by subjecting them to the hot peppers? Oh no, this doesn't seem smart. But what do I know? Alright. Let me just tweet that we're live. And then we will get on rolling. And I did see some people have thrown their votes in for the straw man poll, so yeah. For like the anime stuff, I've got it so it'll finish on Friday. So by then we'll be locked in and I can like quote unquote schedule our like watch along stuff. There we go. Alright, off we go! On the off chance, we've got some folks who weren't here yesterday. Basically, we finished IWAIHIME, which is chapter 3. We had Noroihime, Moburo... Yeah, it was chapter 3. And that was about Rydia, who's the girl on the far left here, with like the long curly hair, not in pigtails. And basically it ended with like an alien chest burster kind of scene, and what popped out was like some gorish abomination with like big tree horns. Apparently it's like the personification of the curse. In Linea's route, we got a little bit of some answers. We found out that apparently the reason all the girls are attracted to Suzumu is because he's corrupted with soot, as Toei put it, and the soot draws them in, and apparently the soot is sentient and it wants misfortune and all that stuff, and it causes hallucinations, it gives them what they want, and it causes them pain. All that stuff, so very, very close to the curses that are in Higurashi. So we found out that that's apparently why all of this is happening. We don't know what started the curse, if it is actually supernatural, or if there's like a more scientific explanation. We don't know that yet. But we started Kizuato Hime, which is chapter 4, which, by process of elimination, would be about Tsubakiko, who's our cousin 6 times removed. And so far, not much has happened in this one. It's lead very heavily into standard rom-com tropes and stuff. So we have no idea what kind of horrors we're about to run into, but the girls are planning to do a cooking competition because the club is going to be having a sleepover at the school since they'll be doing community service work early in the morning. And that's just about like where we left off, so away we go.
勝負してください、春宮先輩。鈴原先輩を呼び捨てにできる権利かけてもらいますよ。
The cousin 6 times removed bugs me more than I should. Honestly, I understand. Literally, it's like at that point, what's the point in even having them be related? Like you made them be related for the people who are really into like the dating cousins or like dating like your little sister like stuff. Like that's the only reason it feels like they could have still like leaned into that the way they did. Otherwise it's like 6 times removed, like through like sheer coincidence, it just so happens that their families, it's like such a weird compromise that it doesn't matter at all. Yeah! Like I said at the beginning, like, it's like, we're, at this point, anyone playing a visual novel is used to the weird dating your family stuff, so it's like, just commit to it. Just commit to it, especially in a horror visual novel. Like, that's something you could have played into with, like, the guilt and stuff like that. But no, cousin 6 times removed. Like, the average person has no idea who their 6 time removed relatives are. Like, the only reason Kiko and Suzumu know that they're related is for some reason their families keep really extensive records or something like that, and they happen to still go to, like, their great-grandfather's funeral. And that's how, like, they met. And I presume Kiko and Suzumu got along well, or they're the only kids in the family around that age, so the parents kept in touch. Something like that, like, but yeah, like, I don't even know who my my first cousins removed are, let alone my second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth. Like, literally, I probably went to school with my 6th removed cousin and I had no idea. I have a small town, we're all related? Yeah! Well, and that's the thing, right? I forget how it works, but at a certain point genetically, like the family tree will say you're related, but like genetically, there's very little in common with your relatives and like the general population. Like it gets to the point that there's barely any DNA that's the same. So, like, they're basically at that point. So it's like, literally, it's just for the window dressing, I guess. Just for the fetish. You go, girl! You... Okay, boys, pause your game and give us a minute! We've decided that we'll be putting together a mystery menu for the night of the sleepover. Ooh, what are you guys planning? You're way too excited, Nasia. You don't know what's coming. You don't know what's gonna happen to you. Nasia doesn't know he's about to be sacrificed. It's a mystery, so I guess we'll have to wait and find out. Precisely. The 3 of us will be in charge of cooking the main dishes.
私はご飯とお味噌汁が担当だよ。
You boys will be in charge of the rice and miso soup.
任せろ。その程度だったら朝飯前だぜ。
Per how these dating sims usually go and how this one's going, Natsuya and Suzumu are the better cooks than the girls. Like, Suzumu said outright that he knows a little and his mom sent him a bunch of cooking ware. And Natsuya's family owns, what was it called? Was it a butcher's? No, a deli! They own a deli. So he probably knows how to do simple stuff because of his parents' work. Because, you know, Asian kids, your family owns a business, you spend your weekend helping out the family business for free. I wish I could have made a side dish.
ススハラ先輩にはおかずの優劣を決めるという重要な仕事がありますので。
Don't worry, you'll be determining the quality of the dishes, Susuhara. It's a very important job. And he's going to die.
というわけで、女子一同、正々堂々頑張るよ。
Alright, girls, let's settle this fair and square.
おいらも美濃部県の郷土料理を見せてやる。
Oh dear.
私も全力で行きますので、恨みっこなしですよ、先輩。
I won't be holding back either. Let there be no hard feelings.
私も負けないぞ。
Tsubakiko's adorable, I gotta say. I think out of the three girls, Kanae is my favorite, but Tsubakiko is adorable. Lilia, I like her design the best, I think, but I like her personality the least. Toei, we don't really know her enough outside of her being the weirdo who throws herself at every dude she sees and asks to have their baby. So we don't know much about what she's about beyond the fact that she's like, I assume she's harboring the brunt of this curse, so that's why she's not in a good state. Suzumu and Atsuta left together to visit some toy store. I trudged my way back alone. Oh. Things are getting serious. I mean, yeah, I really was training to be a wife. I was learning by helping my mom around the house. But nearly all girls my age were already doing as much. How am I gonna pull this off? I'm such a bad cook. Lydia said she'd taken cooking classes, so her dish would probably be pretty decent. And while Minobe may have looked lazy, she was clever, so perhaps her food would turn out good too. No, now Suzumu's going to find out. I'm the least feminine of the bunch. Again. Hiko. Lydia can't determine your interpersonal relationships. This is between you and Suzumu, what you call each other. She can't do anything. That aside, Lydia sure was aggressive. She kept swearing she just cared deeply for him, that it wasn't love or whatever. But she was passionate enough to go for the guy she liked head on. I was surprised.
私の方が1年お姉さんのはずなのにリリアちゃんの方がずっと大人に見えるよね。
Being in the entertainment industry has a way of aging you, don't worry about it. I'm older than her, but it's like Lydia's years ahead of me. And then there was Minobe. She was pretty bold herself, claiming she'd consider going out with Suzumu if we didn't make a move. I guess that meant we all had a thing for Suzumu.
まあ確かに鈴乃はちょっぴり素敵だもんね。
Not like I can blame them. Suzumu really is dashing.
ああいうのがタイプな子がいてもおかしくはないか。
It's no wonder they'd fall for a guy like him. Maybe I was arrogant for believing that only I understood his appeal. Suddenly having two new contenders in my quest for love was enough to make me feel like the sky was falling. So, did that really mean I liked Suzumu? You're questioning yourself now? I'd believe that Suzumu wasn't Minobe or Lydia's type, and that only I understood what a catch he was. So I hadn't needed to be honest with myself or come to terms with my feelings. But earlier today, I've been handed an epiphany. I wanted to keep calling Suzumu by his name, and I wanted to be the only one who did.
やっぱりこれって
So, this really is
恋。
love. I'd vowed to reinvent myself in high school to achieve my childhood dream of becoming the perfect wife. And that dream needed a wonderful husband to be complete, or a wonderful wife. You don't need to commit to being straight if you're not straight. Like, I'd been so obsessed with my own dream that I hadn't actually imagined what sort of man he would be. But I had to ask myself,
進むみたいな旦那さんだったら静かな素敵な家庭を築けそう。
if he were someone like Suzumu, we'd be the perfect, peaceful family. Oh god. Not the fantasies. Suzumu kicking back and reading the newspaper. Me in the kitchen, chopping up meat and vegetables with a pot bubbling on the stove. Honey! Dinner's ready! Clear the table! I didn't need a mirror to notice I was red as a beet. That dream was my ideal family, my ideal future. Me as the ideal wife with my ideal husband. And finally, after all these years, I had a clear vision of my future husband's face. Facing it head-on would be embarrassing, but I had to take a page out from Lydia's book and stay brave.
やるぞ。
Alright, I'll do it!
女子力を見せつけて進むのハートをゲットしちゃうんだ。
Getto, Chaozu! I'll show off just how feminine I can really be!
ただ
But
問題は
I
私お料理とか全然なことなんだよな。
I can't cook to save my life. You might wanna get to work on that. I only started helping out with chores in high school. As for what I was doing before that...
いいから跳ねてみろって。
本当にお金持ってないです。
聞いてねえって。いいから跳ねてみろっつってんだよ。
Oh dear. I saw some middle school delinquents shaking down a grade school kid behind the park's bathroom. Grade school kids these days carry cash, huh? Times sure have changed. I mean, you gotta get on the bus somehow, I guess. But man, this was so cringy. Really drove home that Susuda was out in the sticks.
こら厨房、 そういうのかっこ悪いからやめな。
Come on, boys, stop it. You're embarrassing yourselves. They pretended not to hear me. Well, boys can be pretty stupid. They tend to get into whatever it is they're doing that they can't hear anyone around them. If I were some dainty girl, the right move would be to ignore this and move alone. But I couldn't let a poor little grade schooler suffer.
いいからポケットの中身全部出せよ。出せっつってんだよ。
Get him! I pulled the leader up by his ear. You'd have to be a real idiot to keep ignoring me at that point.
何しやがんだこの穴。
小学生一人に図体でかいのが何人もで何やってんだか。
I love her voice when she's in this mode. Forget being the perfect feminine, like, wife or whatever. Just find a dude who likes this, girl. Like, why don't you try picking on someone your own size, huh? Now's your chance, kid. Get out of here. The little boy looked back and forth between me and the bullies, then made a break for it. Poor kid. He might not ever come to play by himself again. The hell are you? Don't think we'll go easy on you just 'cause you're a chick. Someone needs to teach you manners. Can't you see my uniform? I'm older than you. Is this how you treat your elders? So what? Think that makes you hot shit? Trying to be a superhero or something? You've got balls. Seriously, cut down the whole shakedown act. It's super lame. You might think you're pretty cool, but you're just gonna catch the eye of the wrong folks, let me tell you. Though most delinquents were basically just pretending to be gangsters, they jump at an opportunity to fight for the right cause. If they heard some punks were causing trouble on their turf, they'd gladly call themselves delinquent hunters and pick a fight with this crew. That ain't gonna happen to us. My big sis is part of the Bloodstained Angels attack squad, you know? Bloodstained Angels, man. What an edgy name. They were a group of delinquent girls who held Susuda under their thumb. You go to Susu High, right? Well, there's a ton of Bloodstained Angels there too. Joke's on them, she used to be one of them, I'm calling it. You keep sticking your nose where it don't belong, you're the one they're gonna go after. The delinquents started seriously infringing on my personal space. Apparently, they thought I was trembling in fear. Oh, and now you change to that angle. Wow. Damn! They put their hands on my shoulders and touched my arms. I knew I would regret what would come next. I wish I'd stopped myself. But it was too late. Whoa! That cut in! A moment later, the delinquents found themselves lying flat on the ground. Tsubakiko had slammed her elbows and knees into their vitals with lightning speed, one after the next. You should have shut those traps when you had the chance. Don't get full of yourselves, you fucking brats! You want some? You want to get fucking slaughtered, you punks! Damn. Get him! Look at her go, she's so cool like this. I know, like, it's better not to be a delinquent, but she's very cool. Huh? Who you calling a bitch? That a witty way to speak to your elders, huh? I'm gonna slaughter you, you little shit! Who needs cooking skills when you got this? Oh, honestly. Oh, the sister was nearby. Seriously, the fuck is this? So pathetic. Several delinquent girls in tracksuits showed up. It seemed they were members of the Bloodstained Angels the boys had been talking about. Huh, I'll slaughter you too, bitch.
うちの姉貴はよ、血まみれ天女の親衛隊なんだぜ。ぶち切れるとマジやべえんだぜ。土下座しろや。そしてちびりながらカラオケ代をおごりやがれ。バキコさん。
Bakiko! Amazing.
誰だおめえ。
The hell are you?
そんな可愛い格好してるからわかりませんした。
I'm sorry! I couldn't tell it was you!
んだこら。似合ってねえかよ、マツルズコラ。
The fuck you saying it don't look good on me? I'll waste ya!
とんでもないっす。超可愛いです。超似合ってます。なあ。似合ってます。
Yeah.
さっき私のリボン超狙ってるとか言ったが。
So, which one of you goddamn brats said I was just begging for attention?
血祭りにされてか。
Oh my god, the way her face contorted for a second. You wanna get fucking slaughtered? The delinquents had no idea what was happening, but they seemed to understand Tsubakiko wasn't someone to be messed with. They all bowed to her while begging for forgiveness. Tsubakiko shrugged at the sight, her face warping from bloodlust to disappointment. She turned around with an annoyed frown and left. Sis? Who the hell was that? That was Bakiko, the first leader of the attack squad. I knew it. Oh, wait, do you mean Bakiko the Slaughterer? Her? That was her? I don't know what kind of shit you guys pulled. But you better be grateful she didn't paint the park with your blood. Oh, I did it again! No! I went berserk again! I hate myself! I, Tsubaki Tsubakiko Harumiya had a secret no one else could ever know. I was not expecting this. What did Kanae say about this? She slept over. Does Kanae know? Oh my god. Yeah, we've got bloodstained angels on the tapestry with a camellia flower. Tsubaki is the word for camellia. Then we've got a jack. Looks like one of like the usual Yankee coats with her name on it. And then we've got a bent metal pipe and some bent baseball bats. Oh my. And it looks like she's got a PS4 underneath her TV. I mean, I figured she was like probably into metal music or something like that because of the skulls on her ribbons. I didn't think she kept all this. A gain flake labeled Bloodstained Angels hung up on my wall, embroidered in gold. A gain leader jacket with the name First Attack Squad Leader Tsubakiko Harumiya monogrammed right on it. My trusty partners from those days, leaning against the wall. Warped metal bats with splatters of lacquer on them to make them look blood-stained. A chain borrowed from a broken bike. It always hurt my hands, so I never used it as a weapon. A wooden sword I'd bought on a middle school field trip. Used that one to teach countless misbehaving underclassmen a lesson. All of them were precious memories of my innocent youth. Then why are you even holding on to them? She's incredible. Best girl. Oh no, girl. Like there would be any girly music playing in here. No, she's definitely a metalhead. Don't tell me what to do. I ain't playing to your bell. I don't take orders from you. No burn in hell. If she's lucky, Suzumu is still out with Natsuya, playing card games on motorcycles. The band's poster hung up on the wall nearby. Excuse me. Thanks to them, I had a whole gallery displaying my messed up hobbies, from the skull with a pentagram on it to a creepy demon mask. I mean, if it's that hard to find something girly, I don't think you own anything like that. Up until now, I had never felt anything odd about the room I'd lived in for so long. but this wouldn't do.
こんな部屋スズムに見られたら死ぬしかない。
If Suzumu ever saw this room, I literally just die. I die.
探せばいいじゃん。私にお掃除魔法をプリーズプリーズだよ。
But then I'll just have to clean it all up. Please, please grant me cleaning magic. Up through middle school, I had been living a completely different life. When I was in grade school, my hatred of boys ran rampant, and thanks to some bad influences in middle school, I became even worse.
あの頃の私を温かくスルーしてくれた両親には
Boy, am I glad my parents let it all slide back then. My change was triggered when I heard Suzumu would be moving here. The two of us played together when we were little, so the topic brought back vivid memories of my life before I strayed off the path. At that moment, I realized I couldn't live with the person I'd become. So I decided to turn over a new leaf once I entered high school. I cut ties with all that stuff, made a fresh start as an innocent young lady, and strove for my childhood dream to become the perfect wife once more.
あの時に部屋も全部片付けるべきだった。
I should have gotten rid of everything in here back then.
でも捨てられないよね。どんな黒歴史であったとしたって私の青春のメモリーだもん。
So put him in a box.
こんな私が女子力あるわけない。
It'd been a year since I'd started training to be a wife, aka helping out with the chores. If they were teaching femininity in school, then I'd just be finishing first grade. It took me until high school to start learning the things most girls learned in grade school at the earliest and middle school at the latest.
紛れもなく私の女子力最低。
There's no doubt about it. I'm about as ladylike as a pig in the mud. Girl, do you not understand the appeal there is between seeing a cute girl and her listening to metal music? Some people are into that shit. Some people think that's cute. You don't need to like Morning Musume to be feminine, like. Yet, I'm supposed to participate in a cooking contest? Against Jack of all trades Minobe and Miss Perfect Lydia at that? Hi, Cheatin! And I had to stop calling Suzumu by his name if I lost? Be yourself, no matter how chaotic. Exactly! Does that mean I lose Suzumu to one of them too? Oh god, the eyes!
夢だよね。これはきっとドリーム。
Oh my god, girl.
ゆっくり眠って目覚めれば全て夢の彼方だよね。
I flopped onto the bed and closed my eyes. I should have been laughing at how silly it was, yet tears streamed down my cheeks. Oh, he is straight up wearing a hakama then, okay. Suzumu was practicing in the backyard again. He would concentrate, practice his form, clear his mind, then punch the tree aplenty. That was his routine every single day. I found it odd at first, but my family had grown used to it by this point. That warning is diabolical? It's a horror game! It's the one I was playing last week that started with the girl who nearly committed suicide by jumping in front of the train within the first 5 minutes? I think you were here for that. I found it odd at first, but my family and I had grown used to it by that point.
鈴
Suzumu, are you free to talk right now?
何？
What is it? Suzumu lowered his hips and held the pose. It didn't look much at first, but I could only imagine it took a lot of muscle strength to hold it that long. It wasn't something he was born able to do. It must have become second nature to him after years and years of training.
スズムはその親善武術っていうの？
How long
いつから修行してるの？
how long have you been practicing that divine tribute style thing?
物心がついた時にはもうやってた気がするな。
For as long as I can remember, I think.
それって小学校より前からってこと？
You mean even before grade school?
もちろん年相応な内容だったけれどね。
Oh, but my training was always geared towards my age, of course.
なるほどね。スズムの強さは一朝一夕じゃないわけだね。
I see. So you really didn't just get strong in a day. The same could be said for cooking or being a lady. Any kind of skill takes constant effort. There were no shortcuts in this world. I tried acting like a dainty flower on the surface, but on the inside, I was still the same rabid beast.
何かあったの？
Is something wrong?
スズムの言ってたさ。普通の子ってやつ。
Hey, remember the stuff you said about normal girls?
ほら、スズムが結婚したいと思う女の子のこと。
You know, the kind of girl you said you'd want to marry. A normal girl. Most people would probably take those words at face value. But those words weighed heavily on me, having only started living a normal life a year ago. For me, a normal girl was defined by the number of years she's lived an ordinary life. As such, I'd even qualify as one.
もしもだよ。
Can you hear me out for a minute?
うん。
Okay.
スズムの理想と違う。普通に至らない子が告白してきたらどうする？
Let's say a girl who wasn't normal, who didn't match your ideal, confessed to you. What would you do?
普通に至らない子ってどういう意味？
What do you mean by not normal?
つまり
Well,
ごめんね。今の質問なし。フォーゲットフォーゲットで。
sorry, never mind what I said. Forget!
キコちゃんは異性と付き合ったことってある？
Kiko, have you ever gone out with a guy before?
ないよ。全然ない。一度もない。
No, nope, not me, never.
僕もないよ。だから経験も修行もゼロなんだ。
I've never been out with a girl either, so I don't have any experience or training in that sort of thing.
人を愛して結ばれて、そして幸せになるのにも技量がいるんじゃないかなって思うことがあるんだ。
Why does this horror game give such good lines? What? Like, that is legitimately good advice. I believe that it takes skill to love, marry, and be happy with another.
人を愛する技量。
Was that a screenshot sound?
変な言い方。
Yeah. I took a couple yesterday too. I like collecting good quotes from games for inspiration. Hazugashi! I didn't consider you guys would hear the screenshot noise. Whoops. I have been revealed. You think it takes skill to love? Never heard that one before.
友達同士だってさ、気遣いってあるよね。だからいつまでも仲良くいられる。
Well, let's use friendship as an example. There are certain lines you just don't cross if you want to remain friends, right?
親しい仲だからって、それにあぐらをかいてたら喧嘩にもなるし、友情だって終わることもある。
But sometimes people get complacent because they feel their relationship is strong enough not to worry about it so much. That moment of complacency can end those friendships. Did hear the noise, but it was very intentional. Oh, this is good. Click, click. Ah! Yeah, I have a lot of photos in like my app library are me taking screenshots of like manga and like books I'm reading because I really liked a scene or a quote. I used to keep oh, what do they call it? A quote journal? Something like that, where you write down lines from stuff you've read or watched that you really like and resonated with you. I fell out of the habit of like writing the journal, but I still catalog stuff. I believed love to be an invincible bond that unconditionally bridged all divides. But Suzumu's point was valid too. A hedge between keeps friendship green, as they say. A slip of a tongue or a single thoughtless action could end both friendships and a romance. That wasn't something taught in school. It was something you learned from experience.
だから僕たちはたくさんの友達と交流して、それを学んできたんじゃないかな。
So perhaps we learn what those lines are by having a lot of friendships.
それと恋人同士も同じだっていうわけ？
And you think the same goes for lovers? Yeah.
だから僕は
So
もし女の子に告白を受けたら付き合ってみたいなって思う。
if a girl confessed to me, I think I'd want to give it a try.
そうすることでお互い恋の育み方が学べると思うし、人間も深まると思うんだ。
That way, we could both learn how to nurture our love and improve ourselves. At least, that's what I believe. This is probably one of the healthiest outlooks on this stuff. Because it's true, we tend to really focus on trying to find the right person as quickly as possible versus accepting that it's probably going to take time no matter what. And that we should just take opportunities as they come and learn from it. And not be afraid of a relationship or a friendship ending.
ひょっとしたら相性が合わなくて別れてしまうこともあるかもしれないけど。
Even if it turns out we're not a good match and end up separating, a good point, yeah. Well, Ryukishi's a very good writer. I always liked his perspectives on stuff. If I remember correctly, he's good friends with Natsu, who wrote Fate's Day Night as well. Like, all of those guys, all of those writers are all friends and stuff. Like, Gotoge, who wrote Kimitsu no Yaiba, is apparently friends with Natsu as well. Yeah, it's just so funny that we're getting these really good quotes out of... I mean, it's a horror visual novel, but... horror romance visual novel, but it's still a horror game, so it's like... Goes to show you, sometimes you just gotta go beneath the surface of something and give things a shot. Ah, yes, I saw that Sari, the dude who codes Saribot was adding new terms. Because it's just, he's like, I did it last night, and there's only already 80 blocked terms. And I'm like, yeah, the bots on this app are getting insane. Meanwhile, Twitch is enforcing dress codes on VTubers. Some tiny little gems behind the guts and blood. True. Very true. Apparently, like, the quote-unquote endings for each girl are very cute as well. But they're not canon. Because the canon ending is, the dark messed up things. But hey! Your ideas on love are amazing. Oh! Look at that face! We haven't seen him with a blushy face yet. That's adorable. Oh no! That's precious. Oh, that's precious. As usual, what I think is the best couple in the game isn't gonna be the one that's canon, because there's no way Suzumu and Tsubakiko actually get together. But it's nice though, because he seems most at ease with her. But yeah. Just then, Mom came outside and placed out a pot of tea nearby. Man, was I insensitive. I should have been the one to do that. In that sense, Mom would have to be more of an expert than me in these matters. Of course she was. She married Dad and had a daughter, who ended up going down the wrong path at that. She'd made it this far, amassing plenty of experience points in life. I needed more feminine experiences in my life, too. Hey, Suzumu?
Nani?
Yeah? Go for it, girl? So we can study love. Do you think we could go out? Huh? Yeah, right. Like I could ever say that. Man. No! Aw. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to take advantage of the right moment. Especially when you've never done it before. My dream to be the perfect wife. We're all rooting for Kiko now. Save the best for last, even if she's not gonna be canon. Which is hilarious, because in most dating sims, the last route is the canon one. But technically Toei is the canon, but we got at least part of hers first. My dream to be a perfect wife, I can never forget how it started. It happened back when I was in kindergarten. That prayer slip placed between all those dangerous items on my shelf was the beginning of it all. I want to be the perfect wife when I grow up. Tsubakiko. That was the first dream I'd ever had. If I had stuck to those feelings and lived an honest life, how wonderful of a woman would I be by now? I threw myself onto the bed and went over my life. Why did I go down the wrong path? I got into fights with boys all the time, and being the dumb kid I was, thought it made me cool. damn it. I wished I could turn back time and do it all over. I started to focus on my childhood days. I remember them so well. Susuda was a lot different back then, wasn't it? I don't feel like there used to be so many houses. There used to be a lot of fields, but those were gradually replaced by houses and parking lots. I loved going to the local park. There were always people I knew playing there. We'd have fun playing on the slide and in the sandbox. I never even once thought about fighting or anything. Back then, I honestly believed there were 3 kinds of people: family, friends, and future friends. Oh, cute! I remember what it felt like, but not all the details. But that was good enough for me. If only I could return back to when there were infinite possibilities laid out before me. The slide was fun, no matter how many times I went down it. I loved making mountains out of sand and digging holes. The deeper you dug, the cooler the sand got. Whenever I got thirsty, I would run over to the water fountain and greedily gulp the water straight out of the faucet. My friends' mothers would be sitting on the benches, smiling and waving at us. I could get along with anyone here and make friends with them easily, even if we'd only just met and I didn't even know their names. Everyone was nice. There was even an older man who would buy drinks for the kids. Uh-oh. And this is where the child exploitation warning starts coming in, I see. There was something strange on the bench near the swing. Uh-oh, it's back. It was sitting. No, it was bulging on said bench. It was a giant, flabby lump of flesh. A blob. I couldn't really explain it. It was like an obese man's stomach had become a giant mass of meat. Something like hair was strewn between its rolls of fat. Reminded me of my father when we took baths together. Oh, well. A weird tack-on to add, but I mean, the act itself isn't that weird. I thought nothing of it with my father, but with other people, it really disgusted me. But that impression was only in hindsight. Back then, I doubt it bothered me. After all the kids would gather around him with beaming smiles when he brought ice cream out of a shopping bag and called us over. And I was no different. Everyone was crazy for the blob giving away ice cream for free. I was the same. I didn't get to have ice cream much because my parents said it'd give me stomach aches. Just then, the blob reached out its hand as it spoke to me. Nowadays, I would have found that repulsive, but the young me had no such reservations. A slimy arm-shaped lump emerged from the blob and stroked my cheek. A gooey, sticky thread covered in sweat hung between my cheek and the blob. No, stop it! It's so gross! Yet the young me was happy, engrossed with the blob that always gave me free treats. My chest was growing tighter and tighter. It was a struggle to breathe. It was the stench, that reek of a rotten stomach, the rank smell of acidic sweat. I gasped for air. But all I could do was keep watching the scene from an outside perspective, like on a TV show. Just then, the giant blob's eyes met mine. It has eyes? It slithered off the bench with a creeping sound. It made its way through the children merrily stuffing their faces with ice cream and approached me. I was frozen in place. All I could do was watch as that thing wriggled towards me. Meanwhile, the young me just kept licking her popsicle. At that moment, the giant blob opened its giant mouth as though it was going to eat me alive, which unveiled everything hidden away within. Its pungent breath putrid as a boiling sewer. Its tongue covered in warts like a sea cucumber, grimy teeth flecked with yellow spots. Who's going to swallow me? No! 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 All of a sudden, the world filled with radiant light. The foul blob writhed in pain upon its arrival. It groaned as it slithered away. I was saved. Just then, my savior appeared within the warm light.
大丈夫？しっかり。
Oh, Suzumu! Are you alright? Hang in there. She must have been screaming in her sleep or something and he came over. Suzumu emerged from the brilliant light. He'd saved me. Aww. Oh!
大丈夫だよ。もう何も怖くないよ。
It's okay. You don't have to be scared anymore.
怖いのは僕が追い払ったから。
I chased away whatever was frightening you. Oh! They're so cute! Fuck. Why is this a horror game? Everything was fine when everything was like horrible and gory. Now they're having cute moments. No! I cried in Suzumu's arms for a while. Gradually, I calmed down and realized I'd been having a nightmare. So, it was just a dream.
嫌な夢だったみたいだね。
It looked pretty bad to me. Yep, now they can pull the rug from under us. No! Yeah. Oh.
私、夢見の悪い方みたいで、ぼんやりしてる時とかにも
I
よく気持ち悪い。
tend to get nightmares all the time, especially when I space out.
最近はそれほどでもなかったんだけど、久しぶりに特盛り級のを見た気が。
I haven't had as many recently, but it feels like this was the worst one in a while.
どんな夢を見てたの？
What kind of nightmare was it?
えっと、
Huh? Dreams are always so clear when you're having them. Yet, when I tried to recall the details, I found they had faded from my brain, like melted snow.
忘れちゃった。
I forgot.
バカみたいだね。散々うなされておいて、ケロッと忘れちゃうなんて。
It's silly, isn't it? It was so scary, but now I can't remember a thing. Whoops.
覚えてて楽しいものじゃないなら、それが一番じゃないかな。
If it was that bad, maybe that's for the best.
そうだね。
Yeah. What happened to me? Oh, right. I'd lay down in bed in a fit of self-loathing. I'd planned on getting back up soon, but it seemed like I'd dozed off. I was glad Suzumu had woken me up. It would have felt like a total mess in the morning if I fell asleep in my clothes. Wait.
どうしたの?
Something wrong?
スズム、なんで私の部屋にいるの?
Suzumu? What are you doing in my room?
僕も寝てたんだけど、キコちゃんの部屋から叫び声が聞こえて。
Right, I went to bed, but then I heard you screaming.
うちのアパート、壁が薄いしね。
The walls are pretty thin, huh?
ノックしたんだけど気づいてくれなくて。おじさんたちの部屋もノックしたんだけど、こっちもダメで。
I knocked, but got no answer. I tried knocking on your parents' door, but that didn't work out either.
ひょっとしたら窓の鍵が開いてるかなって思って。
So, then I figured your window might be unlocked. Oh,
ごめんね。開いてた。
sorry, and it was?
おかげでキコちゃんを起こしてあげることがで
It's
きたん
thanks
だ。
to that I was able to wake you up.
さすがに僕も寝巻きじゃ失礼だと思ったんで、ちゃんと着替えてきたんだ。
I thought it would be rude to go in my pajamas though, so I changed first. That was awfully considerate, but I didn't care about that at the moment. Something far, far bigger was at stake here.
見た。
Did you see?
何を?
See what?
見たよね。私の。
My room?
感
Yeah.
想を一つ。
What do you think?
すごいね。
It sure is something. Oh no. No, this is the real nightmare. Wake me up, please, please. I gripped my head and rolled around in bed.
どうして入った？どうして私の部屋に入った？
泥棒に押し入られたのかと思ったし、病気や怪我かもしれなかっ
Oh,
たし。
well, I figured a thief might have broken in, or you could be sick or injured.
でも女の子の部屋だよ。乙女の聖域だよ。秘密の花園だよ。
But this is a girl's room! A lady's sanctuary, her secret garden! Garden my ass. There wasn't a single flower in here. Yeah, there is. On your tapestry. In a sanctuary? With the Gain flag jacket and posters of demons and skulls hanging around? Who did I think I was kidding? Oh. I feel really bad for Suzumu. He was generally worried about her, but he's caused her so much distress.
スズムに見られた。見られちゃった。もうお嫁に行けないよ。
Oh, not this line!
なんかごめん。
Sorry? I guess?
責任取って。
Why is she... This entire scene is mirroring what happens in most harem anime, where like the dude sees the girl naked after the bath, or like he sees her underwear or something like that. The whole "did you see?" Yeah? Well, now I can't get married. Take responsibility. It's literally that dialogue. What?
責任取ってよ。
See, you can do it, Kiko. I grabbed Suzumu by the collar, my face drenched with sweat and tears. More than anything, I wanted to dig a hole and bury myself in at that moment. Moving pretty fast here, huh? Yeah. It's fine.
理由なんか関係ねえんだよ。私の乙女の聖域にあんた踏み込んだんだから。
He must be so confused right now.
私の乙女土足で踏みにじってごめんねで済まされるわけねえだろ。
靴は履いてないよ。
But I didn't bring any dirt in!
そういうボケはいいんだよ。こら祭るぞこら。
Okay, don't use that language on him.
痛いよ、キコちゃん。
Ow! You're hurting me, Kiko!
私の心の痛みはそんなもんじゃねえ。謝れ、謝罪しろ。私をスズメのお嫁さんにしろ。
落ち着いてよ、キコちゃん。苦しい。
Oh my god.
てめえを思って眠れない夜を過ごした私の苦しみより大したことはねえ。
Guys, did I just hallucinate? The past week of streams? Was the game always like this? We can't be playing the same game, right? Did one of you swap the files on my PC or something somehow? What else would it be? We're all waiting for Halloween streams to start? We've reached a new low or a new high, not sure anymore. Me neither! I feel like I've been gaslit. Like, this is cute, this is funny, but like, I feel like I'm no longer playing the game I set out to play. What are you talking about? Oh my god, we've got a confession! I'm in love with you! Damn it! You got shit for Brit! I heaved and caught my breath, and finally came back to my senses. Was that really my idea of a confession? What the hell was that? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd get a negative 100 for femininity on that one. But you would get 100 for impact! Susan moves like More love confessions need the word shit for brains. Yes. I feel poor Susumu. He has gone through so much in like 20 minutes. Maybe about an hour. Like, he broke into her apartment after worrying about her because she's been screaming. She cried in his arms for an undetermined amount of time. Then she started having a meltdown because she realized he saw all of her non-girly stuff in her room. And then she started, like, choking him and confessed her love to him right after, and now she's back to crying hysterically. Kudos to him. I would be crying at this point. I wouldn't know how to react to any of this.
Kiko-chan.
こんなだった私だけど可愛いお嫁さんになりた
am, but I want to be an adorable, doting wife.
スズムのお嫁さんになりたいの。
I want to be your wife.
スズムの望むような女の子にはまだ
Uh,
ほど遠いけど。
still like years away from being your dream girl.
悪いところは直すし、スズムが気に入るようにいっぱい頑張るから。
But I'll work on my flaws and I'll do my best to become the kind of person you like.
それは僕も同じだよ。
The same goes for me.
今の僕じゃ仮にキコちゃんと結婚したとしても幸せにできる自信なんてないよ。
Even if we did get married, I'm not sure I could make you happy the way I am now.
だから
So,
だから
oh,
二人で一緒に勉強していこう。
let's study together.
それって
あ
どういう意味？
What do you mean?
さすがにキコちゃんを僕のお嫁さんにするなんて約束はまだできないよ。
It's definitely too early for me to promise to make you my wife.
だって僕はまだ未熟だからキコちゃんを幸せにできる自信がない。
I mean, I don't have any experience with this sort of thing, so I can't say for sure I could be the husband you deserve.
でも
But
それはキコちゃんも同じでしょ。
you're in the same boat, right?
だったら二人が互いを幸せにできるかどうか試して
So
そして学び合わなきゃ。
let's find out if we can make each other happy and learn together.
その上で二人が結婚に値するという結論に至ったならそれでいいんじゃないかな。
And if we decide in the end that we're worthy of spending the rest of our lives with each other, we can consider marriage then, can't we?
よくわかんない。私バカだから。
Oh, I don't get it.
何を言ってる
I'm
かわ
dumb,
かんない。
so I don't understand what you're saying.
ごめんね。僕も実は何を
Oh, look at that face! Fuck, man. There was that meme a while ago that was like, where, how dare they do this to us, right? There was that meme a while ago that was something like, find you a man, woman, whatever that looks at you like this? Where are our Suzumus? Where are the Suzumus for the Moonbeams and Diana? God. I'm gonna end a stream and be like, that was such a cute dating sim, and then we're gonna come back tomorrow and Hiko's head is gonna be in like a fishbowl or something, like. I looked up to discover Suzumu's cheeks were adorned with a rare red tinge. I was the one who went all crazy, so he was trying to play it cool for me. But I could tell he was just as nervous. That made me happy. It wouldn't be fair to ask any more from him. I sat up straight and bowed my head to Suzumu.
ずっと好きでした。
I've liked you for a long while.
私がスズムのお嫁さんにふさわしいかどうか
I
自信はないけれど、
don't know if I'm the right woman to be your wife,
どうか私とお付き合いしてください。
but please go out with me.
悪いところがあったら直します。いいところがあったら頑張ります。
I'll fix any flaws have. And work hard on improving any strengths I have as well.
だからスズムの望む女の子になれたら私をスズムのお嫁さんにしてください。
So, if I do become your ideal woman, please take me as your wife.
Oh, they're so cute and formal about this. Oh! I hate this! Yukishi, how dare you! How dare you write something so cute and we know it's gonna go horribly, horribly wrong? Same here.
僕はきっとキコちゃんが期待するほどの立派な男じゃない。
Like, I'm sniffling, and like half of it was from me trying to like get into the spirit of channeling Kiko for the voice acting, but also they are just so genuinely cute that I feel emotional. It's like finding something you love that ends at season 1 after your favorite ship got together. Oh god, you're right. Or like, occasionally, you know... Okay, one of my favorite manga growing up was Bokura ga Ita. We were there, and my ship got together, and then they broke up in like the middle of the story. Like, he ghosted her, and like it flashes forward to 10 years later, and eventually they get back together, but like there was a huge hiatus before like the story ended, and I was losing my mind. Cause like they would basically like, yeah, like his family has to move away, so they go long distance, and then like he just vanishes one day. So, and then like he's really rude to her when they finally meet up again, and like all this stuff, cause like I mean it's been like, you know, 5 years or whatever. But yeah, that was emotionally devastating to, like, you know, little 12-year-old Diana. Like, I was inconsolable. This is what this has reminded me of a bit. And what Jembola said reminded me of that as well. So yeah, it is that energy. Like, they're so cute, and we know they're going to get torn apart in the worst way possible, and that makes this so much better and worse. Like, it's the prettiest train wreck in the world, and we can only watch aghast.
だから悪いところがあったら直すし、いいところがあったら伸ばしたい。
So, I want to correct my faults and improve my strengths.
それを確かめ合い、直し合い。
We'll discover those and fix those together.
その上でまだ僕がキコちゃんのお婿さんにふさわしいと思ってくれたなら、
If, by then, you still believe I'm worthy of being your husband,
その時お互いを運命に委ねよう。
then let's leave everything to fate.
なんでそんなに落ち着いてるの？ひょっとして告白されたこと結構ある？
How are you so calm? Has someone confessed to you before or something?
そんなわけないよ。ほら、手のひらはびっしょりだよ。
Of course not. See how sweaty my hands are?
Suzumu showed me his palms, which I took into my own. They were warm, and I could tell his heart was beating as fast as mine.
進も緊張してるんだ。
You're nervous too.
僕の悩みなんだよ。緊張したり焦ったりしてても誰も信じてくれないんだ。
Well, yeah, I worry about things too. Nobody ever believes me when I say I'm nervous, though.
女の子とお付き合いなんかしたことがないからどうすればいいかわからないけど。
I've never dated anyone before, so I don't know what to do.
ご安心召されい。私もだよ。
That's a relief. The same goes for me.
なんだろう、その
Well,
と
yeah?
頑張ろう。
Let's do our best. Ah!
えいえい。おう
What the fuck? What the fuck? That's adorable! What the shit? What the shit? I am so sorry for all the dye pans, your poor ears. I'm trying to contain myself. I'm really bad when it comes to visceral, like, emotional reactions. I've literally paced the apartment in excitement before. Oh my god. We both laughed. I never knew the moonlight shining through the curtains could be so gentle. It illuminated the tinges on our cheeks, revealing our growing embarrassment. The pounding in my chest was so great that I could barely take it anymore. If we sealed this night with a kiss like a romance novel, our hearts would explode. No doubt about it. So, we simply said goodnight to each other, and Suzumu returned to his room. His door was locked, so he said he'd go back through the window. Ending a series of romantic events on that note was so silly I couldn't help but laugh. I was Tsubakiko Harumiya, a junior in high school, and I finally found myself living a normal adolescent life. Hi, Diane. Hi, Luna. Oh, God. I'm saving this so I can remember when times were good before they finally go topsy-turvy. I'm scared to progress, honestly. Just because they were having such a nice life and now we know it's gonna get ruined. Ugh. I'm getting a cough drop. Alright, me, hang in there. I didn't sleep much last night, so I'll end at like 9:30-ish. So just hang in there, me. We can pretend the bad stuff never happened. And so today was the night of the sleepover, the day of the cooking competition for Suzumu's heart. The members gathered at the school in the afternoon. We moved the rummage sale goods to a truck belonging to the Shopping District Association. Several of the stronger members of the association came to help, so the job went quicker than expected. We finished preparing for tomorrow, leaving us totally free for the rest of the evening.
じゃあお夕食は期待してるわね。
terrible mistake, Sensei.
先生はちょっと野球部の休館対応に行ってくるわ。
I've gotta go help the baseball club with an emergency first.
そろそろお夕飯の支度だね。
It's finally time.
お互い恨みっこなしだよ。
No hard feelings, agreed?
はい、鈴原先輩、厚田先輩、ご敬忠願います。
Please give it your all.
女子は家庭科室を使いますので、先輩方は申し訳ありませんが、宿直室で炊飯器の準備をお願いします。
Rip, not the rice cooker. Not the...
オイラたちが料理をするところは見ちゃダメなのだ。
And no peeking what we cook, okay?
誰が作ったかがわからない状態で、先輩に一番美味しいと思ったおかずを選んでもらいます。
You'll be deciding which dish tastes the best, so you're not allowed to know who made what.
私も頑張る。
I'll give it my very, very best.
じゃあ俺と笹原は宿直室で飯を炊こうぜ。腕が鳴るぜ。
Boys, if you mess up the rice, making rice with the rice cooker, I don't think there's any saving you. Rice in a rice cooker is mostly foolproof.
炊飯器でご飯を炊くのに腕が鳴る。
Oh my god, Kane! Don't call him out.
じゃあ夏くん、僕たちもできる限り頑張ろう。
Then let's do our best too. I mean, they're also making the miso soup. If they make the miso soup from scratch, that'd be something.
No!
Though they were only making the rice and miso soup, the boys headed for the security office in unnaturally high spirits. The three of us headed for the home economics room as invisible sparks flared between us. Oh, they're not invisible if you know they're there.
では、ルールを再確認しておきます。
Before we begin, let's go over the rules again.
オイラたちは青春真っ只中。一人の男子をめぐって大バトルなのだ。
Well, Kiko kind of jumped the gun and she's already going out with Suzumu now, so, you know. I don't think this contest is fair anymore, you know?
勝者は鈴原先輩と今夜屋上で二人きりのデートを。
Again, they're already dating. Oh man. The winner gets a date with Susuhara on the roof tonight.
敗者はそのお膳立てに協力していただきます。よろしいですね。
Well, this is no good. Meanwhile, the losers have to help prepare for that. Do we have an agreement?
望むところだ。私たち3人でそれぞれ一品ずつを作り、鈴原先輩にどれが一番美味しかったかを決めてもらいます。
The three of us will each cook one dish and have Susuhara determine which is the best.
どれも同じくらい美味しいって言ったら、
What if he says they're all equally good?
その時は副審判のナッチーの出番さ。
That's where Nati comes in.
厚田先輩はそういうとこはきっちり白黒つけてくださ
Knowing
い
him,
ね。
he will have no reservations on setting the record straight.
確かに厚田くんならそうだね。
Yeah, that does sound like him.
春宮先輩が負けた時には鈴原先輩のことは以後鈴むと呼ぶのは禁止ですからね。
Do do do.
私が勝った時は2人は進むと2人きりで会うの今後禁止ね。
Wow! Crazy girl.
だってリリアちゃんは芸能人としての指導を受けたいんでしょ。2人きりじゃなくても問題ないよね。
Well, okay.
まあそうですね。
Da, 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 da.
見延先輩もね、部活で会う以外は進むと会うの禁止。ヒコチーさ、先週とずいぶん態度変わったね。
Is it just me or are you acting real different than last week?
そうかな。そういえばそうですね。先週はどちらかというと日和見な感じだったのに。
You know what? You're right. Back then it was like you were on the fence.
今日はやる気満々で鈴原先輩を勝ち取ってやるっていう闘志を感じます。
Yet here she is now, willing to fight for Susahara with all she's got.
わかっちゃったぞ。オイラたちにスズムンを取られるかもって思ったら。
Yeah, exactly. Maybe, you know, when she realized we might take Suzumun from her,
短すぎて気づかなかったスズムンへの思い。
she finally realized her feelings for him or something? Ha ha ha, as if.
ぎっくり。
Mm,
なるほど。
now I see.
でもそういう潔さ敬服しますよ。
But I admire your drive. This would have been dull otherwise. Cute! The aprons are adorable. I really like Kiko's. We'd all bought the ingredients in our spare time. And so we took them all out of the fridge.
ふん。ヒコチーは豚のひき肉か。ハンバーグかな。
Y'all, leave each other alone. Oh no. She figured it out from the ingredients alone.
植え付けは早計です。餃子かもしれないし、麻婆豆腐もありえますね。そぼろを作れば応用も効きますし。
You could use minced pork for more than hamburger steak? Oh god, my lady credentials were at an all-time low.
リリアちゃんは牛肉？
What about you, Didia? Is that beef?
豚肉です。
It's pork.
この大きさで牛肉だったら予算オーバーしちゃいますよ。
It would be far over our budget to buy this much beef. Ah,
おやおや、豚肉かぶりだね。おいらはお魚なのだ。
looks like we got two pork dishes, not me! I got fish!
見延先輩すごい。お魚おろせるんですか？
You can gut fish?
おろせる
Huh?
わけないし。
No, of course I can't.
そんなんスーパーの鮮魚コーナーで頼むだけだよ。
I just asked the people at the supermarket to do it.
おや、柵にしたんですか。お刺身を切るのって結構腕がいりますよ。
Oh, you had it cut up? It takes quite some skill to chop up sashimi.
そこは計算づくなのだ。
I took that into account. This was really bad. We'd only opened the fridge and already everyone could tell I was a peasant in the presence of noble women. My mom had put me through the ringer this past week to teach me how to make a hamburger steak. They've been dating for a week already. Good for them. She said that a hamburger steak is the straightest path to a boy's heart. All boys love meat, and cooking a hamburger from scratch really makes the flavor stand out. According to her, anyway. I didn't just take her at her word either. I did my fair share of research online too. Thanks to that, I learned drawing something with ketchup can also be effective. If I drew a heart, he'd be forced to recognize just how cute and feminine I was. No doubt about it. He's already dating you. You don't need to double down on that. I've had plenty of experience with graffiti, so my art skills were off the chart. You know what? Fair. Wielding a ketchup bottle and wielding a spray can wouldn't be that different. Oh, that smells great! We're dying for it! Goo. Oh, Kurokami's here? I'm 6 hours late. Sounds about right if you're taking a plane from the shrine to here. We. Let me guess, you're leaving the final judgment up to a guy. There'd be no point otherwise, I suppose. I'd like to ask for your thoughts before the boys get here. In other words, a preliminary match with Miss Hinagata as the judge. It's a heart. You guys are nasty. Apparently, I'm no better than a guy. Shut up. So what if they are? Still, it seemed the heart was the only real highlight on my hamburger steak. That's because Mom said you had to cook pork good so it didn't come out raw. Bar food? I guess she learned that cooking for her stepfather or whoever. I see. So that means the dish is incomplete, doesn't it? Well, everyone knows that boys love a good rice bowl. So in other words, this is a sashimi. Tekkadon! idea to count on the boys not fucking up the rice, but
お刺身の不揃いな感じが実にあざとくて憎いわね。なるほど。手作り感を出すためにわざと策を。ですか。これは男子はイチコロかもですね。
I mean, she barely cooked.
リリアちゃんのもすごいね。いい匂い。
It's sashimi and sliced vegetables. The only thing she cooked is the soup.
私は甘く味付けしたカツとじです。そしてそれを熱々ご飯の上にどっさり乗せると、はい、カツ丼の出来上がりです。
They both just went with dome dishes.
お肉大好き、丼ご飯大好き。そんなお腹を空かせた男子高校生が大喜びするメニューです。
It sounds like they both were cooking with Natsuya in mind. I feel like Susumu doesn't really care that much about a rice bowl.
やるね。リリアンも丼作戦できたか。まあ、勝とうと策を練れば当然の結果ですけれどね。
Y'all are so nasty.
これは甲乙がつけがたい勝負になるな。魚と肉の好みの勝負になるわね。
And they just completely disregarded Tsubakiko. The way Miss Hina got to set that implied that my chances were next to none. I knew it. I knew I couldn't win. But even if I lost, I'd already confessed to Suzumu. But what did that night mean to him anyway? The truth was, not much had changed. Well, you haven't been on a date yet. You guys need to put effort into changing the dynamic. Oh god, I'll live an honest life from now on. So please, please grant me a miracle. And they fucked up the rice. We brought our dishes to the girls' room in the dormitory. The dorm was generally used by sports clubs to stay the night before a tournament. But tonight, we'd be using it for the dinner and sleepover. And the boys had finally arrived. The moment of truth was upon us.
お待たせ。グレートなのが到着したぜ。
ああ、すっごいいい匂いだね。
We all greeted them with bated breath.
さあ、配膳だぜ。俺とスサラのグレートさにひれ伏しやがれ。
みんなに驚いてもらえるといいな。
ご飯炊くだけで大げさだね。炊飯器で美味しくご飯を炊くのもちょっとしたコストがありますし。
Uh-oh.
お味噌汁も男子の担当だったかしら。スズムがお味噌汁を作ったの？
僕とナツくんの合作だよ。お互い頑張ったんだ。
The freaking battle music.
さすがはグレートな男。
You truly are great.
正直なところ、料理の腕で俺にかなう男がいるとは思わなかったぜ。
So many bad vibes.
ただの白いご飯とお味噌汁で随分と熱血だね。
You guys sure are pumped up over simple white rice and miso soup. Wait. What if they didn't fuck up the rice? What if they made a whole dish in the rice cooker? Because they didn't know the girls were doing this stupid contest.
あ？誰がただのご飯だって？
I was right! Huh? Who said anything about simple rice?
ただご飯とお味噌汁を作るだけじゃつまらないと思って。
We thought making something so basic would be too boring.
なになに？素敵な配膳台車が入ってきたわよ。
What? You brought a car just to carry it?
と笹原のグレートブラザースプレゼンツ食らってくたばれグレートディナーショータイム
Incredible. What?
エスニックな香辛料の匂いは
The scent of spices, it's...
じゃーん。
具だくさんそして刺激的名付けてメンズドリームゆピラフ
Get fucked, girls. They outplayed you. It's a mistake to rely. Let's go. It's a mistake. Girls? Girls? And I guess boys in chat too. Lesson number 1. When you're making food, don't count on someone else bringing something to complete your dish. Because you can't control what other people do. Like, if it's a potluck and someone's supposed to bring, like, the plates or something, okay, yeah, if they fuck up, that's on them. But always have a backup plan. The girls' mistakes here were making dishes and expecting the other boys to naturally do what they were told. And also, I don't think the girls even considered the boys knew how to cook. And that they might want to do something as well.
合わせてインド風の野菜スープも作ってみたんだ。ほら、こっちも具だくさんなんだよ。
Indian vegetable soup. They outdid these girls.
これは驚いたわ。鈴原くんはなんだか料理ができそうなオーラがあったけど。
I kind of got the impression you could cook, but
あつたお兄ちゃんって料理できたんだね。
I did expect my big brother could do the same.
そういえば自宅お惣菜屋だったっけ？
Now, see? I was right. Since his family runs a food service, like shop, he would naturally know how to cook a little. Oh, right. Doesn't his family run a deli?
熱々お惣菜の熱田惣菜店の跡取り息子熱田夏也ここに見参俺はただ惣菜店を継ぐだけのつもりはないぜ揚げる焼く蒸すのすべてを極めるのさ
So the girls totally just threw him under the bus? But literally Natsuya is the best cook out of all of them is what I'm getting from this.
すごいよね。将来の夢は創作料理のレストランなんだって。
Oh my god, his dream wants to be a chef! Yeah, you girls were completely underestimating them.
いやいやスサラもグレートだったぜ料理のいろはを知り楽しもうというその心グレートだったぜ
お料理とか好きなんだ。夏くんの手伝いができてよかったよ。
And see, this is why you don't project expectations based on ancient gender roles. Boys can cook just as much as girls can, and girls can suck at cooking too. I mean, I learned that lesson firsthand when I was very young because Papa Melis is the chef in the Melis household. Mama Melis can cook, but she's kind of bad at it because she doesn't do it that often anymore. So yeah, it was Papa Melis who taught me how to cook, and I started when I was 8? dinner on the stove under supervision. And like hot dogs. And then by the time high school came around, they were getting me, Papa Armelis would like prepare everything before going to work, and I would come home and just put it all in the oven. And like boil like the vegetables and the potatoes and stuff. What was the point of our cooking competition? Nothing. I don't know, but I'm kind of mad about how hungry I am. Wow, you're the best brother ever! That is horrible! How dare you go the extra mile ranging from her soul? Lilia sucks. Both the Lilia and Mino-based dishes had revolved around white rice. But now... You can still eat the tuna! I'm sorry. You were expecting us to make normal white rice, weren't you? Besides, that means my hamburger steak is the best.
ハンバーグとピラフは相性最強だよな。だが、ケチャップはもっとかけてた方が豪快だぜ。せっかくハート書いたのに。
So much for the heart I drew! I didn't even see my world-class heart.
ハート、かわいいね。こういうのって真心がこもってるって感じがする。
ありがとう、スズム。Suzumu, best boy.
美味しくて満腹、太っちゃう。マッシュマロ系美魔女爆誕。
No, not the marshmallow lady! They're all good.
カツとじの上にとろろかけてマグロと一緒に食べるの？美味しい。白いご飯。
It's good. I wish I could have had it with white rice.
またリリーのフォークが滑っちゃった。
Lilia, stop it! Wow, what a bitch. Alright, well, it's almost time to stop, so I think we'll stop here before we get into a horrible scene where it's blood and gore and stuff. We've lived through the rom-com for another day. I guess tomorrow it's gonna be all the gore and everything. Oh my goodness. It was nice to have. What a nice comfy game. What a nice comfy game. We didn't even need the trigger warnings. I don't know what we were so worried about. Well, okay, the blob did show up a few times. My goodness, though. Man. The babies are gonna break up and this sucks. And even worse, he's gonna end up dating Kurokami in the end. My ship! My ship! I always pick the losing heroine. such. They will live happily ever after in my dreams. Oh well. It's always the childhood best friend type that loses. There was a point I started looking up series specifically where the childhood friend actually wins. Because I was tired of my faves always being sad. Alright. Big stretch. Time to shower. All that stuff. Let's see where I can send you guys tonight. Is there anyone? Is this why people write fanfiction? It is absolutely why people write fanfiction. You gotta let your feels out somewhere. Let's see. Stop playing and read fanfiction next time? I don't even think there's probably a few fanfics for this one. But not that many, I'm sure. I did promise you guys a potential fanfic reading stream at some point, but I have to put together the form for that so we can weed out the stuff. For now, though, I am taking requests for creepypastas and other short horror stories you guys want me to read on Halloween night. I do have my own list, so like if you really can't think of anything, then go for it. I think it would be more fun if people suggested some stuff, because then it feels a little bit more like telling stories around the campfire, and we'll get a different variety. We'll get some variety instead of me picking only what I think is good. You've never read creepypastas before? They're basically just short stories. Just drop in Discord. There was a form I made that's on Twitter. I linked it in the Discord. Did I link it in the Discord? Hang on, let me check. I thought I did. I might not have. I did not. Alright. I'll drop the link for the form in the Discord. Because I figured putting it all in a form would make it easier to gather it between Discord and Twitter. That way people are just sending links all over the place. Hang on. Forms. There we go. Whee! Oh, I got one response now. Hooray! Alright, hang on. Need to get... Where's the share link? My goodness. Alright, yeah, there we go.
the right one?
When you get a link and then you're like, is this the right one? I'm always second guessing myself. Your girl isn't good with technology. Alright, yeah. Should be this one. Okay, there we go. Whoop. There we are. So it's in the Discord now. So yeah, if you guys have anything you want me to read, by all means. Like, I've gathered stories from No Sleep on Reddit. There's like the creepypasta wiki as well. Like, there's a lot of sources you can go for stuff you can link. The only reason I said creepypasta is because, you know, it's public domain, not copyrighted stuff. That's the real important thing. It doesn't matter if it's creepypasta or not, just that it's not copyrighted. Alright, let me... Lobotomy Bunny is playing Eternal Darkness, so... Sounds good to me. I will send you guys over to her then. Because why not? Eternal Darkness is funny. Alrighty, guys. That's it from me. We'll get the DD raid going. There we go. Alrighty, folks. That's it for me. I will see you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. EST for more IWAIHIME. Should be the end of Kiko's chapter, and then we should be getting really deep into answers, I'd imagine, now that we've had like a chapter for every girl. So I am out of here. If it's daytime where you are, have a wonderful rest of your day. If it's nighttime, have a great rest when you head on off to bed. And until next time, take care of yourself. Wash your face, brush your teeth, eat good food, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye! Bye-bye! I was right about it being wholesome. You were. Never doubt Jambola. Bye! Bye!